So much talk again about the Big Ten. We've spent countless segments on nothing personal. Was there a vote? There was a vote. There wasn't a vote. Was it 10-2? Was it 11-3? Was it 14-0? What's Michigan doing? What are the coaches doing? Who's suing who? We had Nebraska players suing. We've gone through all of these different things. Well, it's back in the news because the Big Ten, in theory, is supposed to vote because of their phone call with the president, I guess, and they want to start now. They're very lonely because they thought when they canceled fall football along with the Pac-17 and the Ivy League conference, they thought everyone else would follow suit, but games are happening and they're being left out. They've got total FOMO. Everyone's saying play. There's no, everything's fine on campuses. Anyone have kids on the college campuses? Anyone? Yeah. Okay. Yeah, there's outbreaks on college campuses, but it's safer to play football. So what happened here is that any day now, supposedly, there's going to be a new vote by the 14 presidents and chancellors. I'm not buying it. I'm not sure that anybody's changing their vote. So the president of Nebraska, and we know that Nebraska is a school that voted to play. We know that they've got the students who are suing. We know that they just want to get on the field. So the University of Nebraska president's a guy named Ted Carter, and he said that sometime today there's going to be an announcement that we are getting ready to announce the Huskers and Big Ten football tonight. Wisconsin Chancellor Rebecca Blank also spoke, and she said, once we have answers to contact tracing, once we have answers to the availability of testing, we're going to try to play and plan a delayed season. Well, they're already in a delayed season. So everyone's getting all excited right now because they're pretty sure that Big Ten football is going to start. My question is, what science has changed since the 11-3 vote? Now, Wisconsin alma mater, they're saying, well, if there's testing, that's one of the big things. We talked about it with the president of Rutgers, another Big Ten school. Having consistency of testing, so when you send your players to Michigan, you know that the testing going on the Michigan campus is the same as the testing going on at the Rutgers campus. So in theory, since they voted 11-3 against playing and announced it, I guess all of a sudden there is now a perfect plan of continuity. That'd be great. I guess somehow they figured out contact tracing. Not sure how that works. Still trying to figure out the whole contact tracing thing. Oh, you were sitting next to that guy who was eating at that table in that restaurant. We're going to call you and say he may have gotten sick because he called us to tell us he was sick. I just don't get the whole contact tracing thing. So what really happened here has nothing to do with testing. It has nothing to do with contact tracing. This is because of the thing that makes nothing personal what nothing personal is. There are enough presidents in the Big 14 who have taken a look at their budgets, who have now made the decision, should they decide to play, that the juice was no longer worth the squeeze. That they have no proof of myocarditis, that they have no proof that playing football is any worse than going to a class or sitting in a dorm room or having a frat party, that they have no belief that any sort of cluster in their campus is going to spread because they can contain it. They've got all of the regulations in place. They've got a huge manual of what to do, and they're ready to go. No, that's not it, folks. You know very well. They looked at their budgets, they looked at their lost revenue, and they said, we have no choice. We cannot not play. That's a triple negative. We have to play. We have to get the Big Ten network programming. We have to get our athletic department funded. We have to get the boosters giving again in a time when people have lost money and they're not donating as much. We've got to get our budget balanced because we cannot afford to impact the academic side of this school the way it's going to be impacted, to say nothing of the athletic side. So when the Big Ten announces today that they're coming back to play, you're not going to be fooled at nothing personal. You're going to know from the start, this wasn't about health. This was about business. And it was nothing personal.